There are so many businesses you can start in real estate, and they're all profitable. You'll have no problem deciding where to start, but making the final choice on which one will be most profitable may be more difficult. That's why we compiled this list of the best businesses to start in real estate, so you can find your perfect opportunity and make sure it works for you. 1. Landscaping. If you're handy and like being outdoors, consider starting a landscaping business. You can either lease someone else's equipment or buy your own. A few good pieces of basic landscaping equipment: vacuum, edger, trimmer and blower, lawn aerator, push mower, will cost about $4,000 for light work, but more for heavy-duty jobs. This is less than you might think, given that some pros spend thousands of dollars each year on gas alone. The average charge per hour for landscaping service, from beds up, is $55 to $70 per hour, more if bigger equipment like a riding mower is involved. Landscapers also earn money by selling plants and other supplies. The lowdown. If you have an aptitude for math, an interest in landscaping and gardening, and are willing to get your hands dirty, then starting a landscaping business may be perfect for you. You needn't be an expert gardener, just one who has enough knowledge to give customers what they want. To ensure success, however, it's important that you have at least a basic understanding of plant life cycles as well as how much sun different plants require. Most importantly, though, is your ability to communicate with people about their vision for their property and how you will help them achieve it. 2. Interior design. Interior design can be an extremely lucrative business, and you don't have to own a design firm or even have formal training. There are plenty of great resources on interior design out there, including books, blogs, or other websites that teach home decor. You can then develop your own brand and take on clients individually or as part of a team. 3. Home staging. Home staging is often used before selling a house, but you can use home staging for other purposes as well. Home staging is when an individual or company sets up your home with furniture and decorations that help showcase your property and minimize its weaknesses. This type of service also helps sell homes faster by creating an emotional connection with potential buyers, helping them picture themselves living in your home. If you're thinking about becoming a professional home stager, here is something to keep in mind. You'll likely want to get an education through one of many certification courses. These courses generally don't require much experience since they're meant more for people looking at moving into the profession. 4. Property rental. If you're looking for an income-generating property, rentals are one of your best bets. You get a steady stream of income every month while keeping costs low and risk minimal. Plus, rental properties are simpler to manage than flipping or holding commercial real estate. There are two main ways of owning rentals: having tenants you don't know personally or having tenants you do. Depending on your personality type, it might be more comfortable living next door to someone whose rent you collect. But remember that renting out homes means dealing with maintenance issues and coordinating with strangers. On top of that, if you own residential rentals, you need to worry about getting a loan and insurance. If all that doesn't sound like fun, try commercial rentals instead. They're less risky but still profitable because they require less time investment from you. Commercial rental properties include office buildings and warehouses, which have predictable demand, so there's little risk of vacancy, but also involve higher rents, which mean higher profits. Commercial rental is generally considered safer than residential rental because there's no chance for personal interaction between landlord and tenant. However, unlike residential rentals where interest rates can vary based on location, commercial interest rates tend to be uniform across different cities, meaning they're not as lucrative as they could be if adjusted according to local market conditions. 5. Mortgage lending. Mortgage lending is an interesting and lucrative side job. The loans are huge, but you can only earn around 1 to 4% on your investment. However, depending on what state you're in, you could be earning more than 50% on smaller loans from cash buyers or non-bank mortgage lenders. It's all about finding out where demand is highest and filling that need, and it all starts with knowing how mortgages work and deciding whether or not they're right for your situation. You may find that mortgage lending pays better than your day job. Make sure you understand credit scores and how loan approvals work before getting into lending. Next, Decide if there's enough money available to justify getting into home financing as a business venture. It's hard to get started without good credit scores yourself. 6. Building construction. Being a construction worker is one of many career options open to those who have building construction skills, including carpentry and bricklaying. These workers specialize in creating, building and repairing structures such as homes, offices and schools. If you want to work for yourself as an independent contractor rather than for an established company, all it takes is some entrepreneurship and solid building construction knowledge to be your own boss. Job security. Construction workers are in demand at all levels of employment, especially during economic downturns. They're often among the first hired by companies when business picks up. 7. Moving services. If you're an entrepreneur with an entrepreneurial spirit and you want to ensure that your investments pay off, try starting a moving business. The great thing about moving services is that it's something that people actually need. You could just simply be hired by families or individuals who are relocating. Or, you can set up your own moving services where you rent out space for other people and have them hire their own movers. These are jobs that don't require years of schooling or prior experience but rather, help you gain valuable work experience and networking opportunities. While wages will vary depending on your area and type of job, according to BLS data from May 2016, movers earned an average of $45,320 per year while personal care aides earned $23,910 per year. 8. Real estate marketing. Real estate is an interesting marketer's paradise. It's highly local, which makes SEO and building quality backlinks that much more valuable. It's quite competitive, so there are plenty of marketing opportunities for those who know how to leverage them effectively. If you live in an area where rentals are common, whether because of a booming economy or just demographics, it's also incredibly lucrative, whether you work directly with landlords or rent your own place out for a profit. 9. Buying, selling houses. House flipping is one of those things that has been made popular through TV shows such as Fixer Upper, Flip or Flop and more. House flipping can be quite profitable if you know what you're doing, and have a lot of money. However, it can also take its toll on your wallet. If you do want to try house flipping, here are some tips. Do your research before buying a house. Look at comparable sales in the area and assess how much work will need to be done before putting it on the market. If you plan on living in it yourself, then look at comparable rentals instead. Also, consider talking with a contractor beforehand so they can give you estimates of how much time each project will take them. Don't forget about closing costs and other fees when budgeting. 10. Real estate photography. The problem for most people is that they don't have an eye for photography, or more importantly, are not keen on learning how to take professional-looking photos. If you enjoy taking pictures and want to enter into a growing field, real estate photography may be right up your alley. With so many people moving around these days and buying new homes every day, there is no shortage of work available. It also pays well. If you can earn $60 per hour with little experience, then imagine what you could do if you continue honing your skills as an artist. All it takes is a good camera, preferably one that can shoot full HD videos, and some creative energy. 11. Real estate app development. If you have any coding skills at all, you can capitalize on them and begin app development. There are many websites offering programming classes and tutorials that can teach you enough basic code to create your own apps and programs. That allows you to take a side gig from building apps for others, or even creating your own startup app company, and earn some money on nights and weekends. Not only does developing your own apps give you flexibility and experience, but it also gives you freedom from other demands, like minimums or quotas. 12. Real estate wholesaling. If you have no experience or capital but still want to be a property investor, wholesaling is an excellent way to get started. With wholesaling, you're selling someone else's house without paying cash for it. You only get paid when you sell it. You may think that's like flipping houses but without doing all of the work yourself. Wholesaling will give you practical knowledge about how to succeed in other parts of property investing too. For example, you'll learn how to find motivated sellers, negotiate contracts and find potential buyers. It takes time and effort but can be very profitable if done right. 13. Start a real estate blog. Starting a real estate blog is an excellent idea for those looking to get into the industry. Not only does it give you the chance to share your knowledge and expertise, but it also allows for additional income streams as well. If this sounds like a plan that would be ideal for your needs, here are some steps on how to get started. 1. Create your brand. One of the first things that need to be done when starting up any blog is creating a brand. This includes deciding on a name, logo, and designing graphics that will represent the company. 2. Create content. The next step is figuring out what content will be most helpful and engaging to readers of your site. Since there are so many different aspects of real estate, there's plenty to choose from. 3. Narrow down niche. There is such a wide variety of topics within the industry that sometimes narrowing down niche can seem daunting. But one way to do it is by asking yourself these questions. What type of clients am I trying to reach? What skills do I have? What area am I knowledgeable about? Where do I live? These questions should help you figure out which area you're interested in writing about. 4. Do some research. When writing about specific topics related to your niche, research should be one of your top priorities. There's nothing worse than publishing false information or misinformation on your blog because it affects credibility and keeps visitors from returning again later. 14. Start a real estate investment club. The first step is to determine how much funding your group needs. For example, if each member wants $1 million, then the club should raise at least $8 million. Next, decide who will be in charge of raising this amount of money. Typically, it's best if someone with experience raising large amounts of capital is appointed as the head of fundraising. The next person who should be appointed is a treasurer who will handle all the group's finances and investments. You'll also need a secretary, someone responsible for taking minutes and keeping track of decisions made by the board members during meetings. Your board members should have a broad range of expertise and experience so that they are able to make good decisions about investments for the club. It's recommended that the group has between 6 and 12 people on the board. Also, some rules may need to be put into place in order to prevent things like self-dealing or conflicts of interest. For example, one rule could say that no more than 20% of an investment opportunity can go towards any individual. If there's disagreement among board members over which opportunity is worth pursuing, they might want to vote on what project they want to pursue next instead of getting involved with bidding wars over different projects on their own behalf. It may also help if everyone signs an agreement stating what percentage of their profits will go back into the pool before distributing them among themselves. That way there won't be any hard feelings when these profits come out. 15. Start an Airbnb management company. Airbnb is the world's largest provider of accommodations that are not traditional hotels. If your home has a spare room and you're looking for a way to earn some extra income, it may be worth looking into getting an Airbnb management company started. There are a few things to consider before taking the plunge. Location. Airbnbs provide a different experience than regular hotels, and they're often located in neighborhoods that don't have many options for accommodations. This means it's important to find an area where your Airbnb will provide something new for travelers and locals alike. You'll want to research the location carefully because there may already be properties like yours nearby. If this is the case, you might want to consider targeting a different location instead. It's also important to note that running an Airbnb doesn't mean you'll live in your property full-time. You should do this only if you plan on living there part-time or as vacation rental property when it's not rented out on Airbnb, which means having someone else manage it while you're away. Allowing a stranger access to your space can feel scary, but it also makes sense from a security standpoint. Someone needs to be able to check up on the property at all times. Additionally, some states require hosts' landlords to carry certain liability insurance. Finding the right person can take time, so get started with the search early. 16. Start a real estate podcast. If you are looking for a business idea that will help you get your feet wet and test out your entrepreneurial skills, then starting a real estate podcast might be the perfect business for you. Podcasts have exploded in popularity recently, and there is plenty of room for new voices to come in. Podcasting has both technical and creative sides to it. You need the proper equipment like microphones, mixing boards, and digital recorders, as well as audio editing software such as Audacity or Pro Tools, though more expensive versions are available. The other part of podcasting is content creation, which means coming up with ideas, creating drafts, and recording it all into an audio file. If this sounds like something that interests you, then there's never been a better time to get started. 17. Start a real estate online course. Start a real estate online course. If you're looking for a new business idea that doesn't require much overhead, an online course might be the perfect solution. You'll have the opportunity to teach what you know and share your expertise with the world, all from the comfort of your own home. This is also a great way for stay-at-home parents or retirees to earn some extra income. What would be more fitting than teaching people how they can buy their own house? There's plenty of information out there on how to do it and plenty of people who want advice. All you need is a computer and an internet connection to get started. There are many different platforms available, from videos like this one, to YouTube videos, webinars, and even podcasts. 18. Start a real estate appraisal service. Real estate appraisal services are unique because they provide a third-party opinion on the value of the property. This service is often used by people who don't want to sell their home, but need to know if they should rent or buy another one. The appraisal will provide an estimate of the property's worth at a particular time. This service requires specialized knowledge and skill, as well as training and certification. There are 4 main steps involved in providing this service. 1. Establishing your pricing strategy. You'll need to determine how much your services cost, what pricing strategy works best for you, and how you'll market your products and services. 2. Locating potential customers. To get more customers, you'll want to identify your target demographic and find potential customers that fit that profile. 3. Marketing your business. After you've found potential customers, it's important to promote your business so that those potential clients become actual clients. 4. Conducting appraisals and producing reports. Once someone hires you, there are 3 major tasks in this business: performing appraisals, writing reports detailing the findings from each appraisal, and presenting them to the customer. 19. Start a home repair business. If you have a knack for fixing up homes and have time on your hands, consider starting a home repair business. You could offer a range of services from minor repairs, such as changing light fixtures and screens, to major renovations like adding an extra bedroom or building an extension. Some contractors may be hesitant about working with someone who doesn't have any experience yet, so it's best to get some training first. Consider taking courses through the DIY Network School for Aspiring Contractors or enrolling in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers (IBEW) apprenticeship program. Once your skills are honed enough and you've built up your clientele, there are various licensing requirements that will vary by state that you'll need to keep in mind when getting started. 20. Start a real estate YouTube channel. You might be thinking, I don't want to buy or sell anything, I just want to get paid for my advice. That's why some of the best money-making ideas in the industry are YouTube channels. There are many ways you can monetize your videos by including banner ads, affiliate links, and sponsorships. You'll need a couple thousand subscribers before most of those opportunities will come knocking on your door, but it shouldn't take long if you have an interesting niche such as real estate and great content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to HouseLux Estate.